At our company's year-end awards dinner, the owner took the microphone and said, "Before I hand out bonuses, I'd like everyone whose sales numbers are real to stand up." 200 people laughed and started rising from their chairs. Then he added calmly, "Real numbers. No recycled contracts, no fake client accounts, no splitting one deal into 5, no logging deals that canceled a week later." You could actually hear people stop moving. Chairs half pushed back, hands frozen on tables. I stood all the way up because mine were real. 3 years of cold calls that went nowhere. Driving 4 hours to meet clients who ghosted me. Watching guys around me hit record quarters while I ground out honest ones. I'd been passed over for promotion twice by people whose numbers I could never seem to match. Around me, people started easing back into their seats. My teammate Roscoe sat down. The same Roscoe who taught me on my first week that you could re-enter a renewed contract as a new sale. Priya from the downtown office sat down staring at her napkin. She'd won the sales trophy 2 years running. Her husband was at the table beaming, still clapping a little. When the room settled, maybe 30 of us were standing out of 210. The murmur from the spouses and plus ones was awful. My own wife squeezed my hand under the table before I stood, and I remember being so grateful she never had a reason to squeeze it in fear. The owner, Mr. Alvarez, the man who founded the company out of his garage, waited until the room went dead quiet. 6 months ago, we hired an outside firm to audit every commission going back 4 years, he said. They cross-checked our system against actual client billing, signed contracts, and payment records. They found ghost accounts, clients who don't exist, deals booked, commissioned, and quietly voided in January. They also have the login records showing exactly who entered what and when. A sales director near the front actually stood up and shouted that this was a witch hunt. Alvarez didn't raise his voice. "Marcus, you personally created 11 accounts with addresses that are empty lots. Sit down." He sat down. Roscoe was next to me with his head in his hands, whispering, "Everybody padded, everybody." It was basically policy. And the sick thing is, he wasn't entirely wrong. It was so normal that being honest felt like a personality flaw. I'd spent 3 years wondering if I was just bad at my job. Alvarez laid it out. The company had been paying commissions on revenue that never existed, which is why raises were frozen and 2 support staff got laid off last spring. Real people lost real jobs covering the gap. Then he gave the room its options. Repay the fraudulent commissions on a payment plan and keep your job on probation. Resign tonight with no reference but no legal action, or refuse both and deal with the company's attorneys, because every one of them had signed the ethics agreement that made padded numbers grounds for termination and recovery. People started crying. One guy was doing math on his phone with shaking hands. Priya's husband wasn't clapping anymore. He was staring at her, asking something over and over, and she wouldn't look at him. Roscoe turned to me. "You knew how to pad. I literally showed you. Why didn't you ever do it?" "Because I wanted it to be mine," I said. It sounded stupid and small out loud. It was also the truest thing I'd ever said at that company. Then Alvarez did the part I'll never forget. He read out the names of the 30 of us still standing, one at a time, and told the room what our real rankings were. Once the fake revenue was stripped out, people who'd spent years at the bottom of the leaderboard were suddenly in the top 10. A quiet woman named Dot, who everyone treated as dead weight, turned out to be the 3rd best salesperson in the entire company. I was 2nd. The promotions I'd lost, the trophy dinners where I clapped for cheaters, the performance reviews asking why I couldn't keep up, all of it recalculated in one evening. The 30 of us got our bonuses that night, doubled, paid from the commissions being clawed back. Alvarez shook each of our hands. When he got to me, he held on an extra second and said, "Slow and honest, just one. It usually does. It's just quiet about it." About 60 people resigned within the week. Roscoe took the payment plan and, to his credit, apologized to me in the parking lot like a man. I got Marcus's old office in February. First thing I put on the desk was a photo from that dinner. Me standing, my wife looking up at me, not 1 ounce of doubt on her face.